fellas, not even Michael Jordan had a perfect shooting percentage when he was active in the NBA, which means it's okay for all of us to have an off night from time to time. But when it comes to fixing off nights in the sack, the answer does not lie with a sketchy gas station pill or a boner pill filled with crazy side effects. Oh, no, no, no. The answer comes from joy mode. Oh, yeah. Because whether you're happy or unhappy with your bedroom performance, why not perform even better? I bet your partner would like that. And Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is like a pre-workout, but for sexy time. Oh, yeah. It's designed to support erection quality, firmness, and sex drives. It contains clinically supported doses of arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, and vitamin C. And best of all, Joy Mode is safe and backed by science. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals. Plus, all ingredients have been studied and researched in humans. So I don't know about you guys, but I'll never go back to over-the-counter drugs after trying Joy Mode. It's small enough to fit in your wallet and take with you on the go. It's the perfect travel companion to take you to sexy town. Oh, yeah. So don't miss your chance to up your game in the bedroom, people. Go to usejoymode.com and get 20% off with promo code FratChat at checkout. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Great sex solved naturally. It's Joy Mode, people.
And we are recording, Mr. Mo.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Blow that nose. Oh.
I should have blown my nose before we pushed record.
You started last episode with a big old yawn right when I hit record. Now this week, we got this. Things are getting better, folks. Things are getting better.
Elephant impersonation.
That's right.
I am at my parents' house right now, and I forgot how allergic I am to cats. And so not only am I blowing my nose like I typically am, but like it's double trouble today. Woo. Jeez Louise. And also, I'm looking at my camera and my image, and I didn't realize that my face is like the same color as my shirt, which is orange.
Well, you also picked interesting walls to sit in front of because you got, the tan shades right behind you from incredibly white to super red, and your skin is somewhere in the middle of that. You look like a skin cancer guy. Like, which way are you? You're safe. Oh no, you gotta go see a doctor. All right, before Steve gets skin cancer, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, news, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris
And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Moore. Let's go, Mr. Mo.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just hot. It's hot today. Is it hot in New York?
It's fucking scalding hot. I can already feel it. The thing is, it rained last night, so it should be cool. It should be cooler, but no, we're beat.
It rained here too. How are you doing? How's life? What's new?
Life is good. Life is good. Had a few shows this last couple of days where, usually, I don't know if people know this, but they say like comedians should not wear shorts on stage. It's like a thing, which apparently now this is interesting because they say that, if you're trying to speak in a position where people actually listen to you, you don't want to show your legs. And comedians all over the world have adopted that for years. But here's the thing. The person that came up with this was not a comedian. It was Adolf Hitler. It was Adolf Hitler. He always said that. Yeah, yep. And somehow it got carried into the world of comedy, and people like obey it like a thing. But it was Hitler. It was Hitler.
That's so
But it was
crazy to
spent
me.
like the heat index has been feeling like over 100 here the last few days. So I had a show in Queens the other day that was outdoors, and I didn't realize that. And I thank the gods that I wore shorts, because another comic was wearing jeans and he was a sweater like me, and he was struggling. So man, it's been
You
too
know,
fucking hot.
sometimes like if you wear shorts for the first time in summer, your legs can be a very different color than the rest of you. And so I feel
Yeah.
like that can be jarring. If you are a very muscular man with skinny legs, that can be a little jarring. If you are a very hot woman with sexy tennis player legs, that can be distracting. So I can see how at moments it might be distracting. But overall, I don't think, listen, if it's hot, it's hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll see if like I'm making jokes and you're focused on my hairy ass legs, and I'm either too hairy or I'm doing something wrong. Like, it's like, come on, it's legs, it's fine. And now, like, girl comedians, I feel like do what they want. Now it's like in to be a hot girl comedian that's like popping up nicely. So you're seeing more and more skin. I don't know if you notice Instagram. All your Instagram lady comics are out there strutting their stuff.
I
And
think
it's
you're
getting
referring
weird.
to your Instagram, actually.
Well, that's why I started strutting my stuff. I'm not one to miss a trend. I'm like, hey, and it's actually, gotta give it to you, ladies. It's working. It does get you views. So, and I'm getting my
Um,
old pre-pandemic body back. So gotta let the people
oh
know
yeah,
that it's out there.
you've been hitting the gym
Yeah, buddy.
like a champ.
And I've been eating at different times, and I didn't do it on purpose, but I think that's actually like helping me, because before, thanks to Julie, we would eat late as shit, and I think that makes it so you don't digest your food as much, and you actually like end up gaining a little weight. But eventually, I put my foot down because I like to eat a little earlier because I get hungry. I'm a big guy, and I have my big dinner like earlier in the day. Then I'm good. I don't have to eat all night.
You know
And I
what
think
though?
that's actually helping me. It's actually like intermittent fasting without me realizing I'm doing it.
Yes, but the schedule of a comedian doesn't allow you to eat dinner at a reasonable time sometimes. Sometimes you're
That's
leaving
very
from
true.
work straight to the comedy club, and then you have no option but to eat late. It
That's
sucks. So
very true.
I've taken a little bit of a hiatus from stand-up comedy because I've been traveling so much for my other job, and I will say that uh, I shed 10 pounds recently, and I know exactly what it was. It's from intermittent fasting. It's eating no later than like 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. and not eating until maybe like 1 or 2 p.m. So I try to eat within like a 6 hour.
Yeah, I have breakfast at like 11. So
Yeah,
that's bad.
so that
I
helps.
do
I
it so I'm not
also
as hungry. If I have breakfast too early, then I'm starving at like 11 a.m., So, yeah.
I also cut out all sodas. And so I
Mm,
only drink water, and when I'm drinking coffee, no more artificial sweetener.
nice.
So I'm trying to keep it very simple and very regimented, and the pounds. But I also went off my meds, and that makes me gain weight.
Oh.
So I could just be the fact that I'm off my meds right now. You know,
Maybe a
I
little
think I've
both,
talked
little
about this
column A, little column B.
yeah, I've talked about this on the pod, but like but once again, if you're taking depression medicine, nothing makes me more depressed than gaining weight.
I
So it sounds
know.
very counterintuitive. It's
I
like
know.
this helps my mood, but it's making me fat. Like I don't feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy. I feel like they should like. This is me spitballing, FDA, but maybe like sneak a little cocaine in those drugs and don't tell people. Just a little trace, just enough to like get the old metabolism going. You know what I mean? Like,
I've never done cocaine, but if it was FDA approved, I'd consider it.
yeah, absolutely. However, with your fucked up septum, I don't know. I don't know if I want to share with you.
Yeah,
One brum blow and it's all gone. So shit.
maybe.
And Simo's gonna have a wild night. What's up, everybody? Look at my moves! Starts dancing.
Now, question before we go further, I'm on my mom and dad's Wi-Fi. Can you hear me okay, or should I switch over to my hotspot?
Ooh, to his hot spot. Oh yeah, Simo. You had a minute where you cut off, but right now you're fine. So it's 50-50, like your skin tone there.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to jump on my hotspot because it's more reliable.
He's gonna jump to his hot spot.
Oh yeah.
And while you do that, I'm gonna get the listeners ready for the hot spot. The only way I can. With a little music. Oh yeah. Now we're ready for the hot spot. Simo's gonna put it in his hot spot. No, I'm not talking about it.
I think that is not working. So I think you should get into the next article.
Never mind.
Join this hotspot.
Simo's not going to put it in his hot spot. Simo's approved.
Okay, here I am. It's working.
We're good. We are good. Okay. So, this news story was one that was taking the nation by storm. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like a lot of people owe this man an apology now because a lot of people dismissed him, try to cancel, try to tell him he should never work again. And it turns out...
Is it Joe Biden and the whole Parkinson situation?
Oh, God, no. Well, I do think people will owe him an apology, too. But that's different. They took a fucking man's 1 hour speech, and he made 2 mistakes, and now they're all over the media. I don't understand why they're trying to take him down. They're both old, but one of them is old, and one of them is like a crazy, like, felon, rapey, election overthrower with a plan to take us to fucking this crazy, crazy Catholic, Christian, conservative nation, which is just not in any way okay.
Project 2025. You're not a fan?
That's right. Google it, people. Google Project 2025. It's a real goddamn thing. He acts like he doesn't know about it, but he fucking knows about it. 20 out of the 25 people that drafted that shit are in his cabinet. He is best buds with the guy from the organization. It's gonna be a thing if the man wins, which makes it very scary.
I don't hate Trump. I don't think I hate anybody. I'm not a fan of his, but I don't hate him.
No, I like watching the guy.
I
like,
hate
you know,
Project 2025 with a passion.
Yeah, Project 2025 is not
to push this, and I might be on the verge of hating him too. But Project 2025 is a dangerous collection of really, really radically right policies.
Totally. And it's completely the antithesis of what the founding fathers wanted. And it's the antithesis of what the Republican Party should be. Because for one, speaking for the founding fathers, it's all about bringing God back into things, which the founding fathers clearly wanted the separation of church and state. Why? Because they were fucking getting persecuted in Europe over there for being the wrong kind of Christian. So they figured come to this new land over here, endure all the bullshit just to do whatever the fuck they wanted and practice whatever religion they wanted freely. Secondly, it's all about the Republican Party, like the government, like getting overtaken by like these Trump loyalists who can do whatever the fuck they want in a very Nazi-ish sort of way. And dismantling things like the FBI and things like that, but also like monitoring things like abortion, obviously taking away people's rights with marriage. It's literally putting the government's hands in every aspect of your fucking life, even going out as far as banning porn and jailing those who make it, people, which is the most ironic fucking thing because the president, the guy who would be president, Donald Trump, has banged more porn stars than I've banged people. It's come on.
I mean, so he says. But if you don't have the equipment, you can't ride the ride, you know?
That's right. It's probably a 2-second pump chumpers, but god damn it. It's insane. It's fucking insane. So yeah, you fucking Google that. I would honestly, the thing is with Joe Biden, yeah, he's old, but if he dies in office, whatever. He has a very good cabinet doing things. And the man is still, he just had the NATO conference and was able to handle that smoothly, other than the 2 gaffes. And whatever, people say the wrong thing all the time. I do it all the time. We used to out of the mound. Now I just leave them in to sound stupid.
Now I heard that he introduced the Ukrainian president as Putin by accident.
Yes, but he was just. But here's the thing: like that can happen. Like he was talking about the guy who is going to beat Putin. So you're thinking Putin, and here's the thing: also not in the media. I know is in his head. So he's thinking like, don't fuck this up. Don't say Putin or something, and then you say it. You know what I mean? It's like the most relatable thing about the guy right now, in my opinion. You know. And if you can hold an hour speech and say 2 misspeaks, I'm happy with that. That's a home run of a speech.
Yeah.
Like with us comics, even our stand-up routines, which we fucking say on a regular basis, with some of these jokes we've had for years, they never exactly come out the same. There's always like a word or 2 that are different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or sometimes we flub them up anyways, and it's a joke you've been saying for goddamn 12 years. You know what I mean? It happens to the best of us. So I don't know. I think people are trying to make him look like this like awful senile old man, and the debate didn't help. But I've been watching him talk ever since, and he looks fine. It's just people are fucking. I don't know. Let's call out the obvious, guys. Everyone wants to head into the bedroom with confidence, feeling like the best version of themselves. But the problem is that sometimes our thoughts get in the way of our performance down there. Or maybe we feel that we're just not reaching our full potential. And what are our options, really? Do we pick up a sketchy gas station pill or prescribed a drug with a huge list of side effects? Nuh-uh, because that's where our good friends at Joy come in, people. Oh, yeah. Now, imagine a supplement you can take like your favorite greens packet that gives you that extra dose of confidence and saves you the embarrassment and hassle of a traditional erection pill. Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is an all-natural and science-backed solution to increase blood flow, firmness, stamina, and performance down below. Oh, yeah. It comes in a palm-sized packet just like this guy right here, like your favorite little electrolyte powder. All you gotta do is stir it into 6 to 8 ounces of water 45 minutes before sexual activity and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Now, not only is this the only supplement you'll need in the bedroom, but it also supports your blood vessels, cardiovascular health, athletic performance, blood pressure, and more. So even on days when you're not having sex, you can take the SPB to boost nitric oxide in your body, which not only supports your erection quality long-term, but also increases blood flow circulation, keeping you in tip-top shape. Oh yeah. This allows for your cardiovascular system to pump blood more seamlessly and effectively to the areas of your body that need it, whether during workouts, sexual activity, or your regular daily exertion. When combined with a healthy diet, good sleep, and exercise, you will greatly improve your cardiovascular health. Now, the 30-pack comes in a perforated box, perfect for your supplement cabinet, pantry, or bathroom vanity. It's the perfect 1-month supply. Support your erections, athletic performance, heart health, and overall quality of life with Joy Mode, people. Whether you're on the move or traveling, our compact sachets are easy to pack and take with you. On the go, oh yeah. And get a Joy Mode boost anytime and anywhere. Redefine your intimacy and go to usejoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Ingredients with integrity. It's Joy Mode, people. Now, men across the nation have turned to Joy Mode with over 1 million packets taken to elevate their sexual performance. So don't get left behind. Use that promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, this wasn't even part of a segment, so I apologize, people. We're usually not a political podcast, but this 2025 thing.
No, I appreciate you talking about it because it gave me a chance to blow my nose. I just can't stop sneezing at my mom and dad's house. Oh, man. Okay, so I know you do have an article. What's this article about?
So the actual person that the world owes an apology to is the one and only Alec Baldwin, because he hit it! A New Mexico judge on Friday brought a sudden and stunning end to the involuntary manslaughter case against Alec Baldwin, dismissing it in the middle of the actor's trial and saying it cannot be filed again. The judge dismissed the case based on misconduct of police and prosecutors over the withholding of evidence from the defense in the 2021 shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of the film Rust. That's right, the police and the fucking prosecutors were withholding evidence, which is so fucked. Of course, Baldwin cried, hugged his two attorneys, gestured to the front of the court, and turned to hug his crying wife, Hilaria, the mother of 7 of his 8. It's just wild, right? The popo. And then he got into his car and got the fuck out of there. Let's see. The judge said the late discovery of this evidence during this trial has impeded the effective use of evidence in such a way that it has impacted the fundamental fairness of the proceedings. If this conduct does not arise to the level of bad faith, it certainly comes so near to bad faith to show signs of scorching. So the judge is basically saying, like, you know what you did, Popo. But basically, the case-ending evidence, which was revealed during testimony on Thursday, was ammunition that was brought into the sheriff's office in March by a man who said it could be related to the killing. Prosecutors said they deemed the ammo unrelated and unimportant, while Baldwin's lawyers alleged they buried it and filed a motion to dismiss the case. So they just didn't say anything about it, which is illegal because there's a part on every case where you have discovery of evidence, essentially, where you got to put everything out there that you have so the defense can prepare itself against it. Hiding everything is literally a crime. The judge's decision ends the criminal culpability of Alec Baldwin, who is 66, after nearly a 3-year saga that began when a revolver he was pointing at Hutchins, during a rehearsal went off, killing her and wounding director Jill Sousa. Now, our goal from the beginning was
so sad. Oh my God, that was so sad.
Yeah. So now, of course, the DA is trying to act like, they did nothing wrong. They're like, our goal from the beginning was to seek justice for Helena Hutchins. We were disappointed that the case did not get to the jury. Yeah, fuck you, dude. You were just trying to... This is not a spin show, but this is very clear that they buried evidence.
Was he under fire because he pulled the trigger or because he produced the project?
Both, because he was the producer. So basically, like, anything that happens on set is his responsibility. And Correct. He was being accused of, like, basically not having, the right experts and shit doing the checks as they should have. And then him as the guy who shot the gun, because he apparently, like, he was being accused of not checking properly, like in good faith, to make sure that it was not loaded. But that's not something that he would have done. You get handed a gun, you assume it's good to go. You're not playing around with it.
I feel like I understand that movies want to be accurate in all capacities. Like if you're filming, Dangerous Minds or like CSI, yeah, you want to make sure that everything's like on par with how things are done in the justice system. But I feel like if I was producing a movie that involved guns, I wouldn't be opposed to taking a plastic pistol from like the toy section of a department store and just spray painting it black. Like, what's it matter? No one's really looking that closely at a gun during these movies.
I guess it depends if you have the CGI worth it to do it, because there's some really bad movies that get ruined by terrible gun sequences where you see like the gun and you see like the little spark from the shot and it's so fake. It's like, and the sound from the gunshot is slightly off sync with the shot.
I feel like it's low the totem pole of believability with other factors involved in the film. So I don't know why we have to use real guns anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you just want to make it as realistic as possible. I think the issue here is they should never do a shot where, like, this shot was supposed to be like the actor, the shooting right at where like the people with the camera are. Like, don't fucking have anybody standing in a shot where you're actually getting shot at directly.
Yeah.
That's how Brandon Lee died in
Fair.
the movie, Bruce Lee's kid. And this
The
didn't even
Crow,
need
right?
to.
Wasn't he filming The
Yeah,
Crow?
the Crow. And the thing is with this particular movie is I didn't even need it because they can just set the camera right there and the fucking director could have stood over there and the monitor watching it. Like they could have just did a stand camera and not. There was no need for someone to be standing there. You know what I mean? So it's like the shot you can get the exact same shot while having the crew and shit in a safe position. So just fucking be safe about it. But yeah, apparently this ammo that someone brought in was the reason. So I don't know what will happen to this case. I don't know if this was someone who did it on purpose too, or I don't know. But hopefully we'll get more information about that tainted ammo coming soon. But another thing that we're not planning to talk about, but it just happened, so might as well bring it up, is you were talking off air, legendary actress Shelley Duvall died at 75.
Oh, I loved fairy tale theater.
Oh no.
She was so good in that.
She died from complications of diabetes, which is never fun.
Damn diabetes.
Mm-hmm. However, I feel like I keep seeing articles where they're like talking about her death, and all they show is like horrified pictures of her in The Shining, like with fucking an axe going through a door. It's like, read The Room, People magazine, and others. I know we know that she's famous for the movie, but you don't need to fucking have the death face right before the death article. For God's sakes, Jesus, just use the cover of the fucking movie. Goddamn, there's plenty of scenes in the movie where she's not screaming.
What's his face? Who's like absolutely Oprah? What's his name?
Oh, Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah. So Dr. Phil, he filmed her. I think kind of exploited her condition. She wasn't really doing well, I guess, mentally and emotionally. And he took advantage of that and really he made her out to be like little Miss Crazy Pants on his show, and he got a lot of negative press from that. Have you seen that interview?
No, I haven't. But
it's really intense. I mean, it seemed like she kind of went off her rocker.
I mean, the thing with her, which, I don't want to sound disrespectful because she passed away, but she had really big eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That made her kind of look a little alien-like, you know what I mean? So I think, like, when you're talking to someone like that, if they say anything off, you're like, oh, they're crazy. Like, she had resting crazy face. Even in The Shining, she looks like at any possible time she's going to have a mental breakdown, I think that's what makes her so likable as an actress. But, yeah, when you're having a conversation.
There's also olive oil in Popeye.
Yes, but she looks just like olive oil. That's actually crazy. That was and that was when Robin Williams played Popeye, right?
Was it him?
I'm pretty sure. Shelley Duvall, Popeye.
I think I should have played Popeye.
Yeah, that's Robin Williams. You think you should have played Popeye? But you were like 43 back then. You're too old. That's what casting said.
Let me count to 10 so I don't beat your ass for a second.
Oh man. Anywho, rest in peace, Shelley. You were a legend, and fuck you, Dr. Phil. You don't pick on Shelley.
Yeah.
But anywho, now we are here for a little segment that the people know and love. It's now evolved to the reality of our situation, which is comedians roasting each other for 60 seconds. Oh yeah. Now let me get I got my trusty timer here. And are you ready? Do you feel like you want to release the beast?
Yeah, I might just blow my nose when it's my turn to talk, and that'll speak for itself.
Well, to each their own. Anyways, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. And I know usually we start these by being very mean, but I just want to thank the world for the day that Simo's mom had explosive poopies, had to poop in a bag on that trip out in the back roads of Florida, because that day my co-host Simo was born. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, well, speaking of beautiful, I've noticed some thirst traps on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
a lot lately.
I
So
know.
are these the before pictures, or are they part of an album that's entitled "I've Just Settled"?
No, my my Photoshop membership runs out soon, so I'm trying to
Yeah.
trying to Kardashian it real quick. But I noticed you haven't had many thirst trap this year. Is this because you're looking so healthy?
No comment on my
Hey, it's okay. I still love you for what's on the inside, which is what you say to healthy people. But
Yeah.
it's okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that sounds anti-healthy.
That was 70 seconds, 60 seconds. But yes, go on.
I think that I don't know if it's Lizzo's fault or who, but there are some younger people who are like taking the phrase "big is beautiful" and has used and like weaponized it to support unhealthy living. So there are some people who were like, you have to learn to love yourself and your skin. Yes or no?
Yes.
You should, of course, you should love yourself, but you should also strive to be the healthiest self that you can be.
Totally.
And you cannot let big is beautiful taint your vision on health, because although it might be emotionally healthy to come to terms with whatever it is that the guy gave you, it's physically unhealthy to commit to a lifestyle that includes having zero repercussions for being gluttonous. Do you know what I
Totally.
mean? So
Totally.
like I have some friends in my here like whatever, like I like it is what it is, and I love who I am. I'm gonna eat where the fuck I want to eat. I'm like I liked everything until you said that last statement. You should love who you are, but you should also do what you need to do to ensure that you're on this earth as long as you can possibly be on this earth.
Totally. And like,
I blame Lizzo.
and I'm like, I've been overweight, I've been fit, I've been on both ends of it, and I'm working right now on getting back to the fit side. But if you make every day a cheat meal, then it's no longer a cheat meal type thing. You should be able to have balance in life, is the way that I've learned works for me. Some days, yeah, have your ice cream. Some days, fucking have a burger, whatever. But you can't do it every day, because you're eventually going to get sick. It's just what happens. And here's the thing: the moment you get diagnosed with like things like fatty liver, it's over. It's over for you. You can fix it with a lot of exercise and a lot of care and even a lot of meds, but fatty liver will eventually join up with any other diseases you get when you're older and fucking kill you. You get something like cancer of any kind, that fatty liver is going to be what puts you in the ground eventually, because it's going to take your white blood cells away from you. It's things that people don't realize. So, yeah, enjoy life and love yourself and care for yourself. But I agree with Simo. You should at least strive to, love yourself but work to not just be the worst version of yourself, because there are good versions of yourself, and just accept your body type. Like, for example, I know people that are, no matter how fit they get, they'll never get a six pack. Or people who have like thick family members who even their in shape version is going to be a thick body. That's great. Love what the best version of you looks like. And even the worst version of you, but be working towards the best version, because trust me, you'll feel self love that way too. But yeah, I see some like influencers who really overdo it, and it's rough, because it's like, I'm all for body positivity, but yeah, you don't want to be teaching people just to be unhealthy just for the sake of it. It's not. I think I can speak for most men when I say we want to have better sex. And for the sake of our partner, we may need to have better sex, fellas, because no one likes it when you bring a wet noodle to a barbecue party. Write that down. The issue is that over-the-counter erection pills contain unregulated chemicals, suggest unsafe doses, and include the risk of several other health problems. And who wants that? It's like those drug prescription ads where everybody's like sitting there playing volleyball at the beach, but they're dying of herpes. Not cool. That's why we partnered with our friends over at Joy Mode. Whether you're looking to spice up your intimate moments or increase your confidence in the bedroom, Joy Mode makes all natural and science-backed supplements dedicated to helping men perform better across their core functions. Oh, yeah. The trademark product, the sexual performance booster, is every man's solution for increased blood flow down below, firmness, stamina, and performance of your favorite friend. It's like a pre-workout, but for your buddy down below. And let me tell you, it works. And the best part, the product is totally safe. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals. All ingredients have been studied and researched in humans. It comes in a palm-sized little packet, like your favorite electrolyte powder. Just simply mix one of these bad boys right in with 6 to 8 ounces of water, 45 minutes before sexual activity, and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Like, you know when you start blowing up an inflatable castle? It's sort of like that, but down below. But it's time to redefine your intimacy and go to usejoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. Oh, yeah, that's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Ingredients with integrity, it's Joy Mode, baby.
There's this woman on YouTube, and she eats like a whole pizza in a sitting. She's a cute girl, but she's blonde. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Well, I've seen a few different types of women who weirdly eat a lot, but
she was just in the new Katy Perry music video. But people are like idolize her. I'm like, you should not encourage bad behavior. She's gonna have a hiccup, and it's gonna be a seizure. You know.
Now, speaking of that video, I love how the whole theme of the video is that it's a woman's world. But Katy Perry and everybody's dressed like you're in a strip club. It's like the most sexual thing I've ever seen. This is made for dudes to look at this video. There's no way. Katy Perry was in a fucking thong in that thing. I was like,
Katy Perry had 2 babies, and she's trying to show off. Let's call a spade a spade.
We're all thirst trapping this summer, Katy. I get it. Look at me. I get it.
And every year there's a summer bop that includes some sexy music video, and she was like, I'm gonna be that summer bop. A couple of years ago it was Whitney Houston and Kygo, Higher Love. Then it was
that was like 20 years ago.
Grande and Lady Gaga had a hit together, Rain on Me.
Yeah.
Every year there's something, and I think Katy Perry's like, I've been on the limelight. Let me reclaim my throne. But I don't know. Don't
get me wrong.
I like the song. I mean, it's catchy, but I also feel like Beyonce already did it with "Girls We Run the World." I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good song and all, but it's like I just felt like the theme should have been them. Katy Perry doing a striptease for me, which don't get me wrong. Again, loved it, Katy. Do it every video if you want. I do not care. But for the theme of the video, I felt like the lady should have been in maybe even sexy power suits. You know what I mean? Something like that, where the men are then dressed in the skeebies because we're then the sexual objects for them, type thing. You know what I mean? Like in Barbie, something like that. Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, this was like Katy Perry in a thong, and I was like, God damn, girl! If this is a woman's world, I'd like to live in it. As long as I get to look at you.
I'm indifferent, but I'm also a fag. So, anyway, what's on the agenda for today's?
Oh yes, Simo. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we, as you can see, here at the FratChat Podcast, we're hot. You can really see with Simo over there with 50 Shades of Red. You look great, buddy.
Thanks.
You look great. But anyways, it's so goddamn hot that we're going to give you some help, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's not just here in New York, it's everywhere. It's scalding hot. I just did a show the other day. I told you guys everybody was sweaty as fuck. You know, here's the thing. When things get too sweaty, especially in Brooklyn, things start getting very stinky. So I'm sure there's other parts of the country that are just like this. And other parts of the world. So we're going to give you a hand, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to help you out here at the FratChat Podcast by giving you our top 10 ways to beat your heat right here at the FratChat Podcast. Oh, yeah, you're going to beat it so hard that you're never going to beat your heat again. This is going to be so raw and tender. Yes, we're still talking about the heat here, people. Get your minds out of the gutter. But don't forget that this very show is sponsored by the one and only Joy Mode, baby. Because if you want to beat your heat at home, you can do it right here with Joy Mode. You can go use joymode.com/FratChat. Use promo code FratChat at checkout. Save 20% and get free shipping. And get some sexy back in your bedroom and beat your heat at home right here with Joy Mode. And oh yeah, let's get to it. That was totally unplanned segue there, but you know, I had to do it so you can beat your heat. Anywho, we got 10 ways for you guys to beat your heat this summer. And when you want to get us started, Mr. Mo, I feel like I've been rambling.
Sure. I'm gonna kind of go out of order a bit, and I'm just gonna say that if you're trying to beat the heat, I feel like I don't feel any immediate effects from this, but the news is always saying you have to stay hydrated. They're like, it's really hot, make sure you stay hydrated, drink your liquids. I'm not a really big fan of drinking water. I'd like to drink beer instead, but I do what I'm told. So I drink water. I guess I'm still alive, so maybe that's a testament to something. I don't know, but the news says if you're overheated, you gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, it's true. And throw a couple ice cubes in those water thermoses, you guys, and get yourself. This is what I have. Julie got us these. These are fucking like 64 ounces of water right here, and this thing keeps your water cold for so long. If you put ice in this thing, 12 hours later you open it, there'll still be icy. It's wild. So keeps your shit cold, because there's nothing worse than having a 100-degree day. When you reach into your water bottle, you take a fucking sip, and that shit is warm. It's like, ugh. No one likes that.
I'm gonna agree with that because your body actually burns calories getting ice water to a temperature which it can be processed. So every cup of ice water, you're burning about 8 calories. And so if you drink 8 glasses a day, you're looking at 64 calories, which translates to a few pounds a year. So, I mean, who's counting? But I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's wild. Didn't know that, but that's great.
What's first on your list?
So, first on my list, you guys, is one that depends where you live. Might be easier than others. But I do have a solution if you can't do this. Just stay tuned. But it's getting a pool membership or bumming off your buddy who has a pool membership. There's pools all around. You just don't know. Like I'm in Hoboken here, and Weehawken has a pool that you can join right next door that we're currently on the wait list for to try to get in there. New York City also has a few, people. And there's people obviously who have their own pools. So if you're lucky enough to have a friend that owns a pool, make them your best friend this summer. But yes, get a pool membership. You'd be surprised. A public pool is not that expensive. And even just like going like once or twice is like $20 a pop. So it's really not that bad. But you can get a membership for like $250 for the whole summer. And then spend your whole day. A lot of us work from home these days. Go fucking hang out by the pool and work and get up in there because it'll feel so good. But my warning, if it's a public pool, watch the hours you're in there, especially if it's the children's hour, because, water temperature may vary, if you know what I mean.
The color might change.
That's right. Don't dip your head under it if it's a public pool during the kids' summer hours.
We know we don't eat yellow snow.
Uh-huh.
You probably shouldn't swim in yellow water.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the video of the lady? She's she's like a bigger lady, and she's like sitting in a cabana. And this is like just went viral recently with her. Like she's sitting in a cabana with her friends, one of those like water cabanas, the pool ones. You know what I mean? Like a pool bar in Mexico. And then she gets up and she backs away like she's like dancing. But all of a sudden, you see the water around her start changing colors, and it was one of those pools that they have the dye, so when people pee in them, the water changes. And it's like all spreading around her, but then she looks at this guy who's just standing there like horrified, and then she starts pointing at him, like blaming it on him.
You know what? This happened to me one
So
time
good.
because I was flirting with this lifeguard in Ocean City, Maryland.
No.
And I didn't want to get out of the pool because I didn't want to ruin the vibe. I was enjoying the conversation. I thought, well, it's got chlorine in here. I'll just pee in here. And the water turned purple around me.
No, yeah, that's what happened to her.
Turned purple of all colors.
Oh,
Whoops, sorry. And then I went back to the condo and didn't go back to the pool for the rest of the week there. I was like, I can't see
yeah.
it again.
I don't think I would either. To be fair, that's
Oy vey.
that's a day ruiner for sure.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's like,
get a
I
pool
love the
membership.
ocean, but no one talks about it. It's like-
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like the ocean at least has enough of the fishes taking dumps in there that little pee doesn't hurt it. But
Remind me not to go swimming in the ocean again. Okay, so my next one is kind of common sense. Listen, if you don't have uh, AC units in your apartment, let's say you can't afford an AC unit, or you're behind in your gas and electric bill, or you're trying to save money, don't suffer in a hot apartment. Go to a friend's house that has better AC. Go to a grocery store and walk through the freezer section. Go to hang out at the airport. I don't know. Go to a volunteer at a hospital for the summer. But there's a lot of places like a library that are known to be cool. My grandma would tell me, so and so, I'm so concerned about you know Sally Mae, or Henrietta or Irma, all these old people names. I'm so concerned because their house is so hot. It's so hard to cool down their house. Then go to a senior center because they're known for having amazing air conditioning because they realize that y'all old people need some AC.
totally.
Go someplace else.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree. I mean, because if you're sitting there for, at least in the evenings, it tends to cool down a little bit. So if you open the windows, you can sleep in it. But if you're sitting there all goddamn day, just basting in that heat, by the time you even get to nighttime, you're going to be so goddamn uncomfortable. And people don't realize that you can pass out and shit. It can be very dangerous to overheat like that. So, yeah, definitely take a trip, go to the mall, help your local economy out while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out there. Go to 7-Eleven.
My dad is a mall walker.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you told me that. He told us that. He
Every day.
lost a few pounds. That's smart. So
Because it's cool. And he's surrounded by places with refreshments if he needs a lemonade or a coffee or, whatever.
Yeah, he can walk over to the Auntie Anne's before he leaves and get a pretzel.
Yes.
And that's how your mom.
Cinnamon sugar. Yes.
Yes, exactly. The cinnamon sugar ones, and you can get the different dipping sauces for it. Mm-hmm. I haven't had it in years, but goddamn,
hot dogs are good.
Really, I haven't had a wiener from Auntie Anne's.
A wiener anywhere is pristine. Okay,
I have been craving it. A big old wiener with all the sauces. But anyways, up next, this is a thing that is mine on my table here. Let me see. No, I don't have it on this table, but I do actually own. Oh, yeah, it is right here. Get yourself, ladies and gentlemen, a shirt fan for the extra sweaty guy. This right here is a little thing. You put it around your neck. Has a little switch. You turn it on. and it just died because I need to change the batteries. But there's a little fan in here, and it cools you. And then the cool thing also, in here you put water in it, and in here there's a switch. So you spritz yourself with it, and water comes out and hits you in the face. And then with the little fan, it feels like cool. And no, this is a cheapo. I'm about to upgrade. I saw one that you literally like slip into like the bottom of your shirt here. So
Yeah.
you don't have to hang it, and it goes, you can put it in the front or in the back, and it blows air into your shirt. And I think I want to get those. They
My
look
mom
more
has
cool.
one that looks like headphones, but it goes around your neck and it's got two
Yeah, those look sweet too. And note that this episode, while we're not sponsored by Amazon or Jeff Bezos, because I mean, why would they? Everybody knows Amazon. This comes out on Prime Day, so you can literally any of these products go check them out right now. Go to fucking Amazon.com. It's Prime Day, the day that this comes out, and the next day. It's July 16th and 17th. All day, both days. They have huge deals and all kinds of shit. Like huge deals. Like some stuff is like 70% off. So check it out. I'm gonna buy. This is where I do pretty much all my shopping until Black Friday. Black Friday I do my holiday shopping, but this is where I do like my shopping for me for the year. So take care of the deals, folks. Yeah, and check out the shirt fans. Trust me, if you're extra sweaty like me and you're tired of having to bring an extra shirt somewhere and slip in and out of it, definitely do this. It'll keep you a little drier, and then you can be in these hot areas like the New York City subway in the summertime when you're waiting even for like 6 minutes. It's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
It's like 128 degrees in there, and
Totally.
you're just like feel like you're gonna faint or die at any given time. Like, so yeah, to beat the heat with inside shirt fan, yo. And what you got next, Mr. Mo?
Well, I was thinking, like, when I'm in bed, if I'm overheated, if I stick my feet out of under my covers and my feet get some cold air, it's refreshing for the whole body. I don't know what it is, but like feet to me help to regulate your body heat. If I am freezing when I get out of the shower, but my floor is heated, I'm good to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that if you are like really trying to survive a hot summer with limited resources, the least you can do is get a big pot or a big tub of water or some Tupperware of some sort. Put some ice and water in it and put your feet in there. A cold foot bath is gonna cool you the fuck down. It's gonna be intense. You might not even be able to handle it, but it'll be effective though.
That's for sure. And honestly, yeah, that is. No, don't leave them in there too long. You don't want to get, frostbite, which can happen if you're in there for like 3 hours. But doing there a couple minutes at a time, and just like something we'll get into later on, it's actually, people don't know, cold temperatures are actually good for your blood flow, your circulation, your body, all kinds of things. So it might even help out with your mood. So definitely, I think this is worth a try. Note. Word of pro tip advice: if you ever do anything involving a tub and water for your feet, don't overfill the fucking tub, because when your feet go in it, the water level is going to rise big time. And believe you me, especially if you live in an apartment, it can be catastrophic, especially for
your
people
downstairs neighbors, right?
Exactly. So don't overfill it, and know that the ice also melts, which increases the water level. It's a little global warming lesson for you while you baste your feet. But no, don't don't overfill it as well, because of the rice will make the water rise, and again, blah blah blah, it'll overfill, and then you'll be in there with your feet in that thing, and you don't want to take it out, but it's overfilling, and you're like, oh my god, and then you look like an idiot, and you ruin the floor. Mm-hmm. And no, this has not happened to me. Stop asking. Just saying. God, just say. Is it me, or does buying a sex pill at a gas station feel super awkward? You're like walking around and you don't know what to get. The guy's definitely looking at you, judging you with every step. It's super weird. Plus, then we're going to talk efficacy. Does it really work? Because my buddy once bought a condom from a gas station, and now he has 3 kids, so you tell me. So it's good to know that Joymoid is not only backed by its users, it's backed by science, people, which goes to show that science can be sexy sometimes. Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Whether you're happy or unhappy with your performance in the bedroom, why not perform even better? Usain Bolt was the fastest man in the world, and he still wanted to run faster. So why not be an Olympic gold medalist in the bedroom, fellas? Because that's where Joy Mode comes in. Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is like a pre-workout, but for sex. It's designed to support erection quality, firmness, and sex drives. And it contains clinically supported doses of ingredients like arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, and vitamin C, which is going to make your boy down below stronger than ever. Oh, yeah. Plus, not only is this the only supplement you'll need in the bedroom, it also supports blood vessel support, cardiovascular and heart health, athletic performance, blood pressure, and general erection function. Plus, here are the game changers. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals, and all ingredients have been studied and researched in humans, so you know it works. And I don't know about you guys, but I'll never go back to over-the-counter drugs after trying Joy Mode. And psst, it's small enough to fit in your wallet and take it with you on the go. It's the perfect travel companion, and it's a powder, so you don't need to worry about it getting crushed in there. So all you gotta do, fellas, is just go to usejoymode.com and get 20% off with the promo code FratChat at checkout. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Great sex solved naturally. Oh yeah. Anywho, actually, do I have a cold foot bath right by? I don't know why I happen to have everything.
I have one for my mom, but it's like a foot massager, like foot spa, but it heats.
Yes, that's exactly what I have. It's in the other room. It's and I totally got it from my mom too. It's just like all these like products from like the Home Shopping Network in the 90s that were that I totally took when I went to college, and now I have them. But yes, a foot bath is one of them, and it feels good. It feels good. Another thing that you can do, and if you want to take it to the next level, is ice bath to the whole body.
Gotta be some kind of strong for that.
Yep, especially if you just worked out, you had a whole, and the ice plunges are like the it thing now. It's supposed to be really good for your body. I'm unfortunately never gotten to do one, but I'm dying to this summer. It's supposed to be really good for your joints, especially after lifting and stuff, things like that. Swelling, pain, all kinds of things. It's supposed to be good again for your circulation, your blood flow, all kinds of things. Note, don't overstay in it, and don't have any joy mode / sexy time after the fact, because but other than that, you're set. Just don't wear Speedo while you do it, because again, it doesn't matter how much of anything you take. It's just going to be
And then sometimes it might even crawl back inside of you and then resemble any belly button.
And then no one believes you. That's it. I swear it's usually like twice as big.
That's true.
It usually at least pokes out a little bit. Hello. That's right. Hi, Chris. It's me, Melly.
Well, my next one, you know what? That homemade ice bath makes me think of pledging, because we had to do that.
Yes. So I guess I have done one. Yeah, I feel maybe subconsciously. That's where I got the idea. I was like, all right, you can just get ice and put it in your own bathtub. It's like, oh, duh.
They're like, stand in this ice bathtub for a few minutes and recite to me every member in chronological order. I'm like, what's it matter? I'm dying. Who cares? I'm going to die. Anyway, okay, so my next one is, I think that it's really nice to invest in blackout curtains that really cut out any light from outside. I think that you'll sleep better if you can have your room be pitch black, but also helps to regulate the temperature in your room too. There's something called the greenhouse effect that's a real thing. And so if you have, it's great that a lot of my friends have like beautiful, well lit living rooms with fantastic views. That's great, but the sun is intense. And so, yeah, you may have some great views. That's going to fuck your day up when it comes summer. So, you got to really invest in some blackout curtains, and it's going to help regulate the temperature. You don't have to look out the window all the time. The trees will still be there, I promise.
And that actually reminds me, which is, I don't know why people don't use these anymore, but back in the 90s, people would have like and even the early 2000s, those like, it was like a plastic thing that almost looked like tinfoil that they would put across their car windshield and in the back so the sun wouldn't like go in.
Visors or something, right?
Yeah, the visor, and they would literally keep your car way cooler than if you didn't do it because of the greenhouse effect. Which, by the way, Simo, look at you. Look at you. I gotta give it to him. You know, I was shit on the guy for not knowing stuff, and look at him, just whip some science out of his ass.
Mrs. Lawn from Catonsville High School. If you're listening, I'm sure you are. I retained something that you taught me, and I know that I was not your favorite, but here I am repeating critical information that I learned.
That's right. Woo! He did it. Yeah! You don't have to retire anymore, lady. You don't have to end it anymore because you feel like you haven't reached these kids. You reached one of them, and he's right here. Chris Moore, FratChat Podcast, local genius and scientific man. Follow him on all channels at chris.moore.comedy for more science facts. Oh, yeah.
Dyslexic does not mean stupid.
That's right. That's right. Don't you forget it, motherfuckers. Oh, man.
Anyway, what's next? I feel like you have a really good one.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
And I'm excited for, and our listeners are going to be excited for when we share the link.
This thing is already pretty cheap, but you know, it's only $16. However, again, it'll probably be cheaper on Prime Day. This thing, you've seen it on social media most likely and thought it was a joke, but nope, it's a real thing. It's called the Jewel Cooler for your car, and it's literally this nut cooler thing. You attach this like rectangular part right to your AC vent, and then it has a hose that extends, and then you point the hose and you stick it right into your short pants and let the AC do its thing.
I've seen this video on Instagram, and I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like a spoof from like SNL, but that's a great idea.
That's a great idea, right? And here's the thing. It works for, obviously it's a nut cooler, so it's designed for you to do it for your nuts. But if you have like super sweaty pits, for example, and you don't know how to dry them, you know, you can always lower your window for the left one, but the inside one stays wet. What do? You can fucking use the nut cooler, stick it in there for a little bit. And no, you gotta be doing this when you're wearing deodorant or you're in the car alone. Because if you got stinky pits, the person next to you. Same thing with your balls. If you have stinky nuts, the person next to you is gonna be like, "What the fuck, dude?" But if you're good to go, this will keep you going. Because for me, sometimes when I'm driving and it's super hot, you know, the old pits get a little sweaty. You don't know what to do. So it's what you do.
I know a lot of people that put Gold Bond foot powder on their nuts.
Wow.
It's a medicated foot powder.
Yeah, I feel like that burns. I don't know if I would do that.
They might like it.
It's maybe that's why they do it, because it feels like it's working. You know, the burn feels like it's doing something. But it is good for that foot powder is good for like all the moisture and stuff, which I know is what helps make things stinky. But to put that on your nuts, people, I don't know. You should ask a doctor. I don't know if that numbly weird tingly feeling that when you feel it on your feet would not be the thing seeping into your nuts and then you're mutating your balls down there. I don't know. That's just me. You gotta be careful.
I'll try anything once. That's why I'm gay. All right. So next up, I got one left. It's my last one. This is an important one.
Check out real quick. Check out Amazon.com for the nut cooler if you want it. It's a real fucking thing. It's called the Jewel Cooler. But yeah, go on.
The Jewel Cooler. Okay, so I feel like this day and age, as the world is getting hotter, global warming is a real thing. As the world gets hotter and hotter, and these glacial ice is melting, we just really can't give zero fucks about things that don't concern us. In other words, your opinion of me is none of my business. So if I'm walking home from the train and it's fucking hot, I'm taking my clothes off. I'm taking my shirt off. I don't care. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm not in a public building. I'm not shopping at Target. I'm not at a government building. I'm not at work. If you are hot, take your clothes off. If you're at your friend's house, your friend doesn't have really good AC, take your shirt off. You're friends. Who cares? So since 1992 in New York City, women can be topless. And so if you're walking on the street and you just went grocery shopping, if you want to let your girls swing free, let them out. Let them out.
Yes, do it. Go for it. I support it.
If you're at the beach and you're hot and you want to take your top off, take your top off. You know what I mean? Listen, if you're a big boy and you like to wear a t-shirt at the pool, fuck everybody else. If you're more comfortable taking that shirt, take your shirt off. Who cares?
I will say, if you're shirtless on the subway, ooh, be careful your level of sweat, people. I don't want to sit down and fucking find your pool of sweat in the back. Like, I would die.
On the subway, but walking to and from the subway, yeah, why not? Who cares?
Yeah.
Take your shirt off. Take your clothes
back
off.
in the day, when I was like 16, 17, I would literally do that. I would, if I was leaving somewhere, and especially in the summertime when I got my driver's license, and it was in the middle of a heat wave, it's too hot. I would, leave my friends, take my shirt off while I'm driving in the car, and go to the next place, put it back on.
Yeah.
Literally, I went somewhere with my dad, and I think I actually went to the DMV or something to pick up my tags or something. He came with me. And I don't know why, I just forgot that he was with me. When I got back in the car, it was scalding hot, so I took my shirt off, and I used to look over, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I mean,
I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, put your shirt back on, man. You look Puerto Rican. Like, what are you doing? And I was like real tan too. And I was like, you look like a sweaty Puerto Rican. I was like, what the fuck, Dad? Put the shirt back on. Never did it again. But
is that what they do in Puerto Rico?
I guess not, but I think Papa just wanted a roast. I was like, hey, chill.
Okay.
But we can say it. You guys can't. Just no white people if you're listening. Don't go calling someone Venezuelan, Puerto Rican, or any other Latin race. It won't work out. You might get canceled.
We just call them Canadians. Just kidding.
And I told that Canadian, speak American or get the fuck out.
That's right.
It's like, fuck you, you Canadian. And then Jose was like, yes, so take your clothes up. But I will say, I feel like there also has to be like an age limit to this. You know what I mean? Because, again, Katy Perry in a thong and women run the world video are for it. Simo's grandma out there with her tatters out in the streets, dangling, sweeping the floor all the way to the bottom. Or Simo's grandpa with his notoriously long balls that he's told us about.
Your shoulder.
Just dragging through. It looked like a Frosty the Snowman was like walking around. You would see like a trail because he has no feet. That would be the ball.
Yeah.
So So I will say there has to be definitely an age limit to this thing and a sweat limit. And I'm speaking for the sweaty guys because, good Lord, things can get very gross very fast. And
Yeah.
and if you do it, put your arms down, people. It's like the Seinfeld episode where Elaine takes the bus, and it's just like the grossest people. Someone's armpit is up in the air. She turns around, her face goes right into it. She's standing next to some guy, and it's like jam packed like sardines. And this dude's eating, and he's got like food like dripping out of his mouth right in front of her. It's like, sir, can you stop that? She's like bugging out. But anyways, for the last one on my list as well. And this really, I think, especially if you're a guy or even a lady, if you're living the heat life right now, and you are feeling a little selfish, and you want to take it to the next level, because I mean, sure, you could share this, but I wouldn't want to. I would keep this for myself. This would be my Homer Simpson fantasy to beat my heat. Because it's, I mean, if you get a big enough one, you can fit two, just like Simo used to say. But I'm talking about a baby pool, people. I don't know what you guys were thinking about, but buy yourself a baby pool. Doesn't have to be that big, just one for yourself. Fill that shit with a little ice water, lay in it, and guess what? Take that shit to the next level. Throw your beers in there as well with you, or your seltzer drinks, whatever the fuck you drink these days. That's in a can, obviously.
Well, I love a good White Claw.
Bottles, plastic bottles, so the water doesn't get up in there, and you'll never have to leave. You're literally sitting in there in the cold with cold brews all around you, living the dream. And you talk about the bathroom. What are you talking about? You're sitting in it. That's why I don't have anybody else. This would be the Homer Simpson fantasy, because yes, I saw it in The Simpsons. He did it one summer, and it's still the fucking best move ever. Just sitting there in a baby pool, nice cold pool, surrounded by booze. Then you can hang out, do your thing, and everybody else would be so jealous. They might give you hate. They'd be like, how the hell are you going to be sitting there in a pool surrounded by floating alcohol? But they'll just be jealous.
Do you put candy bars in the freezer?
Sometimes I've done it. Like
candy bars in there too.
Yeah, then you have food.
Yeah, you make me hungry.
A little bit of ice cream, maybe. You can do margaritas in a can. There's all kinds of things that you can have floating around in there, as long as they're well sealed. You're good to go. You can even put a sandwich in one of those sealed containers. It's in your own refrigerator.
Let it float on by.
But yeah, dude, I feel like we're at the point of summer where it's just every man and woman for themselves. You got to do what you got to do, because it is getting that rough out there. And if you have a little spot in your apartment building out back where you can just take your baby pool, do your thing, and when you're done draining it, dump it in the drain, and seal it back up, take it in your apartment, do it, because it will really make life easier. And trust me, it matters a lot. It's like, I don't understand, for example, how people like can sleep outside right now, like homeless people. I'm like, man, I know this is the time when they actually like start going to shelters for the most part, but like I still see people sleeping on the street sometimes. And I don't know how the fuck they do it without dying. It's that hot. Like I had a show in Staten Island the other day, and I had to ask Julie for the car, because it was going to be an hour and 40-minute commute if I took public transportation. And in this heat, I was like, nope.
No way.
By the time I made it there, I would have been fucking dead. Like, it would have been so sweaty and disgusting. No way. No fucking way. So I'm sure we're not alone in this. But anyways, that is our list. Let us know what you thought about it. For example, did you like our nut hugger? That's a good idea. The nut cooler, I should say. The nut hugger's our other idea. Patent pending.
I say nut hugger.
But let us know what you thought of our top 10 ways to beat your heat here at the FratChat Podcast. You can beat it and beat it hard and get a cool summer. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, again, use jomo.com/FratChat. Put that shit in. Use promo code FratChat. Save 20% and get free shipping. Sexify your sexy life, because that's one place you definitely want to keep the heat back in this summer. Oh, yeah. Let us know what you thought about this. Give us a follow on all social channels at FratChat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on the old Twitter/X. That's on YouTube. It's on Threads as well. You can give me a follow at Carlos Does the World on every social channel: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Carlos Does World, Twitter/X. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. And you can get my buddy Simo a follow as well at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and the old TikTok, and see more comedy on Twitter/X. Oh, yeah. Now, Mr. Mo, I got to beat my heat. So we got to get the fluff out of here. So why don't you get us out of here?
I motion to adjourn this meeting because I'm hot.
And I second. Don't forget to reapply that sunscreen. All right, we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. See ya! Oh, yeah, Simo.